Welcome back to Geeky Philosopher, the channel where we distill the world's deepest wisdom into bite-sized, practical insights that help you think clearer and, live better. Today we're exploring a book that has touched millions of lives with its elegant simplicity and profound truth, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Rooted in ancient Toltec wisdom, this book offers a practical code of conduct that has the power to transform your life, not by changing the outside world but by shifting the agreements you've made with yourself. So let's dive deep into the four life-changing principles, and more importantly, how to live them. Before we get to the four agreements, Ruiz opens with a piercing insight. We are all living in a dream. Not the kind you have while sleeping, but a collective illusion. This dream is built from rules, beliefs, expectations, and judgments passed down from family, school, religion, and society. From childhood we are domesticated, trained to live by the rules of others. We learn what is right and wrong, what is acceptable, what is forbidden. We make agreements, mostly unconsciously, about who we are, what we're worth, what we deserve. And once these agreements are made, we forget that we made them. They become our reality. The result? Well, we live in fear. Fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough, fear of being punished. Our inner judge is constantly criticizing, and our inner victim is always suffering. But here's the key insight. If we can create agreements, we can also change them. And that's where the four agreements come in. Agreement number 1, be impeccable with your word. This is the most important and also the most difficult agreement. To be impeccable means to be without sin. Not in the religious sense, but in the sense of not going against yourself. Your word is your power to create. It's your most potent tool. With it you can inspire, uplift, and heal, or you can hurt, poison, and destroy. Ruiz says most of us use our words to spread gossip, self-judgment, anger, or fear. We speak against ourselves, saying things like, "I'm so stupid," or "I'll never succeed." Being impeccable with your word means, well, speaking with integrity. It means saying only what you mean and avoiding words that go against yourself or others. Speak love, speak truth, speak with awareness. This single agreement, if mastered, can truly transform your life, because it breaks the cycle of inner and outer harm. Agreement number 2, don't take anything personally. This one can feel honestly impossible, especially when someone insults, blames, or lashes out at you. But Ruiz insists, nothing others do is because of you. It's actually a reflection of their own reality. When you take things personally, you end up giving others power over you. You become reactive, defensive, or wounded. But when you realize that what people say and do is about them, not you, you become free. Even praise, compliments, or admiration, don't take them personally. Why? Because if you believe the good, you'll also believe the bad. You'll be like a puppet, pulled by other people's opinions. True freedom comes when you no longer need validation or fear criticism. You simply know who you are. You. Agreement number 3, don't make assumptions. How many times have you misunderstood someone only to realize later that your assumptions were wrong? We assume we know what others are thinking. We assume we know their intentions. We assume that they know what we want. And then we get angry when they don't deliver. Ruiz says, stop assuming. Instead, ask questions. Communicate clearly. Assumptions create drama, conflict, and disappointment. But clarity creates peace. Don't expect people to read your mind and don't invent stories in your head. Instead, seek truth, not imagination. This one agreement can honestly save relationships, deepen intimacy, and bring more harmony into your life. Agreement number 4, always do your best. This final agreement is really the glue that holds the others together. It protects you from regret and self-judgment. Your best will change from moment to moment. Some days you'll be energized and other days you'll feel exhausted. Your best when you're healthy is different from your best when you're sick, and that's okay. The key is to show up fully, to give what you can, no more, no less. When you do your best, you avoid guilt and frustration. You accept the results, whatever they are, because you know you gave what you had. Doing your best also reinforces the other 3 agreements. You may not always be impeccable with your word, or perfectly avoid assumptions, or never take things personally, but you can always try your best, and that effort builds momentum. The 4 agreements aren't just motivational ideas, they are tools for psychological liberation. When you practice them, you start to unravel the lies you've believed about yourself. You begin to silence the inner critic, soothe the inner victim, and reclaim your personal power. You stop trying to control everything. You stop suffering over what others think. You stop living in fear. Ruiz calls this process Mitote, the chaos of 1,000 voices in the mind. The 4 agreements act like a sword that cuts through the noise. But beware, it's not easy. The old agreements are deeply ingrained. They've been with you since childhood. They won't go quietly. It takes courage, consistency, and compassion to rewrite your mental code. In a world full of complexity, the 4 agreements offers clarity. It doesn't ask you to believe a new religion, memorize 100 rules, or master ancient philosophy. It gives you 4 simple commitments. 4 principles you can apply immediately. And though simple, they are not easy. They challenge your ego, they require humility, they demand inner work. But the reward is freedom, real freedom. Not the kind granted by laws or circumstances, but the kind that arises when you are no longer a slave to your thoughts, your fears, or other people's opinions. This book is a mirror. It reflects your patterns, your pain, your potential. And it shows you that you are not broken. You are simply bound by invisible agreements. The good news? You can choose new ones. Here are the 4 agreements once again. 1. Be impeccable with your word. 2. Don't take anything personally. 3. Don't make assumptions. And 4. Always do your best. You don't need to master them all at once. Start with awareness. Begin noticing how often you speak against yourself, how quickly you take offense, how easily you assume, and how often you hold back your best. Then gently return to the agreements. They are not rules to punish yourself with, they are pathways back to yourself. So take a breath, drop the weight. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to begin. This is Geeky Philosopher, and if this video added value to your journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. More life-changing ideas are coming your way. Stay tuned.